welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my first makeup tutorial. I'm actually most excited about this video out of all the videos I've made so far because I get to play with makeup finally. I know that you guys know that I like to do makeup and you probably were expecting makeup tutorials, but I was having a good skin day and I was like, yep, I'm ready to make my first one. So this look here that I made is just like a really smoked out red lip holiday makeup. You could wear this out to eat on a date. You can wear this at your family functions. You can wear this New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, grocery shopping, anything that you want to do. This would be, it's just super glamorous and I'm really feeling it. I also just kind of did my hair just like a light wave. So if you guys want to know how I made this look and what products I used, just keep on watching. Alright you guys, what I'm first going to start doing is priming my face. I'm taking the Spotlight Primer by Physicians Formula to add a little bit of a glow to my face. Now it doesn't help with pores or anything like that, but it does give a nice little dewy finish underneath your foundation, and that's what I'm going for today with this holiday look. Something fresh yet really glamorous. And now I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty foundation. Now it does say to shake it when you use it, so I did shake it there, and I'm just going to be using my Real Technique sponge, and I'm doing my face in sections because it does dry down to a natural / matte finish, and it dries kind of quickly, especially on my dry skin. So you'll just see here me sort of just doing my foundation in little sections just to get the best finish I can, and don't forget the ears and of course the neck. And here I'm just adding a little bit of a second layer because it's not the highest coverage, and I'm just covering up my problem areas one more time in the center of my face. And now I'm going to be taking my Sephora Make No Mistake foundation and concealer stick, and I actually really like this stuff. I've been using it pretty religiously as foundation and as concealer, but I will say the Fenty Beauty foundation and this concealer was not the best mix of formulas, but it still turned out pretty nice. But I just really wouldn't recommend these two together again. And now that my foundation is on, I gotta set this stuff. So I'm going in with my Too Faced Ethereal setting powder, and I've been using this stuff like daily. It has hyaluronic acid in it and a bunch of great ingredients. If you go on Sephora or another website that sells it, you'll see the ingredients in it, and it's really nice. I found that it doesn't over dry my face, and it still adds the brightness and staying power that I need throughout the day. So if you haven't tried the setting powder, I would highly recommend it. I like to add sort of a contour effect with my powder, and I'll leave that there for a little while to set and bake. And meanwhile, I'm just setting the rest of my face with a nice fluffy BH Cosmetics brush, and I just go all over my face to make sure that my makeup is nice and even and ready for the rest of the powders that I'll be putting on after this. So now we're ready to contour and bronze my face with Hollywood Boulevard by Kylie Cosmetics. This is from the Cocoa collection, and what I like to do is take that brown shade and use it to contour, but also to warm up the perimeter of my face. And I'm using a Sigma F40 brush to do this. This brush worked really nicely for this, and yeah, I actually really like Sigma. I am a Sigma affiliate, so you guys know if you guys weren't aware. So I will be leaving my links below because their brushes are really nice. But yeah, every time I use this Cocoa collection, I just think of that product shot I took on my Instagram and Khloe Kardashian liked it. And I pretty much freaked out because I'm from a really small town and it just makes the world feel not so big when something like that happens. So that's always cool when you get noticed by someone who owns or is related to a brand. And now I'm just taking that setting powder from before that's still on my nose baking and just slightly putting some underneath my contour here to clean it up. I actually learned this from Jaclyn and it works really nicely just to brighten up and clean up that area because sometimes it can look a little bit messy after you contour, so this just ensures everything looks nice and professional and clean. And now I'm dipping right back into that Hollywood Boulevard shade from the Cocoa collection with sort of a random e.l.f. brush that I had laying around, and I'm going to contour my nose now. But then when I went to contour, I noticed that I still had that bakage on there, so I took that fluffy brush and just wiped that off. And to be honest, you guys, contouring my nose is not my strong point. I try it and I try it, but my nose shape is just so weird and it's very downturned, so I like to mimic the shape of a more upturned nose, but you can only do so much, and I'm still perfecting it. So if you have any tips for my sort of bulbous nose shape, give me a shout. But here I'm just attempting what I usually do, just a light amount, just to define it a little bit more. And then I'm just quickly taking a fluffy brush and making the edges a little bit more seamless of my contour here. Now this blush I'm just taking and I'm putting it on the apples of my cheeks, but also more towards my temple, kind of like my contour. I just really like the effect that this gives when you don't have too much blush close to the nose, but more focused from like the pupil of your eye to the temple kind of area to add a nice defined cheek and a little bit of flush to the skin. Now I'm using this Tarte setting spray. It smells like lemons, nice and refreshing. But the face I'm making, what is happening? I don't know. And here you'll see, to save time, I did do my brows off camera, and you can check out my eyebrow tutorial if you're curious about how I do them, but they do take some time and this video is getting lengthy. So I'm just now going to be priming my eyelids. Get ready for all the art I'm going to be placing on top of them. And then I'm just setting it so it isn't tacky, and so my eyeshadow will go on nice and smooth. For this look, I'm using my Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. It's definitely one of my favorite palettes right now, and I'm just taking that E40 brush, blending brush from Sigma, and I'm going into shade MFEO there, and I'm using that as my transition shade. Then taking my Sigma E25 blending brush, I'm going into the shade Mocha from the palette, and I'm just sort of adding like a second transition almost, but also bringing it into the outer corner of my eye, sort of as just a second color to blend the darker colors later. And then I went back in with my last brush I used and blended it out some more because the E25 brush wasn't fluffy enough for the effect I was going for. Then I'm taking one of the holiday brushes that Kylie came out with, not the new ones, but I'm going in with the shade Jax, and it's a nice, really deep red color, and I'm going to start creating a halo eye effect using this shade. I really like it because it's red, but not necessarily too Christmassy. You could use this color in the fall or really any time of the year. I really love that she chose to make a color like this, but in this case, I'm going to be using it as a holiday color. Then I'm going back in with the brush that I used for Mocha, the E25 Sigma brush, and I'm just blending out the edges of the red to sort of smoke it out with the brown. And then I'm going to be taking the other one before that, the E40 Sigma brush, with the transition color to sort of make it more blown out. And the trick is just to keep on blending. And then this is what it should be looking like so far. And I'm going to be next taking a random e.l.f. brush with that dark green color called Enchanted. And I'm going to be even further making the halo eye a little bit more defined with the green. Again, this color's not too Christmassy, but it can be used for Christmas. So I'm sort of making like a low-key holiday look that you can really use for any sort of occasion. And here I'm just taking a clean ABH brush from one of the palettes that I have, and I'm just going to be blending out and blowing out the green color there, and then going back in with Jax with the same Kylie brush I used it for, just to sort of make sure I didn't lose that red color underneath the green I was blending out. And I'm sort of just going back and forth till I get the desired amount of color, and that looks good to me. And now I'm going to be taking Tarte Shape Tape on another Kylie brush I had to sort of carve out the halo eye and sort of create like a cut crease almost on these hooded eyes of mine. And so you guys know, my camera did die sort of midway of doing this here, so if you want a separate video on how I do cut creases, let me know, but I'm just making a halo effect with the Tarte Shape Tape here. So after my camera charged a little bit and I had a snack, I came back, and what I'm doing here is further making that halo eye, sort of taking the red and the green and putting it back over the Tarte Shape Tape because I really covered some of that art that I had going on before, and I really didn't want to lose those colors with that effect, so I'm taking the green on the outer part and blending it into the red, and then the red on the little bit closer to the center, and sort of blending that all together, and just keep on doing that till it looks dark as you want and as seamless as you want. So for this part, you can take any sort of packing brush. I'm going into the shade Obsessed, which I am obsessed with, and I am going to be spritzing it because I always spray my shimmers. I like them to be as impactful and as pigmented as possible. And I want the center to really be the star of the show for this halo eye, because you really want the intensity to be starting from the middle and sort of fading it into the other colors as seamless as you can. But my goal here was to get lots of pigment right in the center there with that shade. Here I'm going in with the shade Beam with the same brush I was using before. Again, spritzing this one too because I like my shimmers to be as shimmery as possible. And this time I'm just focusing this one on the very center, like even in a smaller area than the first shimmer, making sure I don't go outside of where the first shimmer was, just to make a little bit more impact. And it was, you know, a little bit more noticeable in person than what it looks like on camera, but it added a really pretty effect to this halo eye. And you'll see me going in again with the red and green just because I feel like sometimes I lose those colors when I'm making a halo eye from the shimmer and things like that. So just keep on adding till you get your desired effect. Now I'm going to be doing my lower eyeshadow with MFEO. Again, just taking sort of a messy brush there. Way to go, Amanda. But it turned out alright, just using this to sort of soften up the under eye. And then on the lower lash line, I'm going to be taking Enchanted and mostly just focusing this shade on the outer corner because it gives a nice almost cat eye effect, and it's a little over empowering on my eye shape when I take a dark color all the way to the inner corner. So I'm just focusing in the outer corner and then blending again just to make everything seamless. And now to make a sort of eyeliner effect, I'm taking an E05 eyeliner brush by Sigma, and I'm going into the shade Abyss, which is that black shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And instead of using eyeliner like a liquid one, I've been using powder lately, just so when I put on my eyelashes, it still blends in. But sometimes I don't like using a real eyeliner with my eyeshadow, just because I think it takes away from the art sometimes, and I really want this look to be nice and soft. And then I'm just going to be cleaning it up with a trick from no other than Jaclyn Hill herself for cleaning up the eyeshadow. She does this all the time. Then I'm taking my Rimmel Lash Accelerator just to have something for my lashes to blend in with. This one isn't like an amazing mascara for your upper lashes, but for the lower, I like the way it makes them look, and I like that it comes off with water because I hate waterproof mascara. It's just the worst. I hate trying to take it off. Then I'm just taking any like light pencil for my lower lash line and then cleaning up the baking that I did. Then I'm taking this Ultralight Beam by KKW Beauty on this Sigma F35 brush. And it's actually sort of a first impression. This was my first time wearing it. And this one is in the shade Rose Gold. And I found it to be pretty darn pigmented, as you can see right about here. Wow, yeah. Then for my nose, I'm still taking that Ultralight Beam, and I'm going to make my nose beam like an ultralight with that, what was that, an E30 brush? Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. And I spray this brush, and I'm just doing the tip of the nose to sort of mimic that upturned nose, but I really don't think I'm fooling anybody. And then up the bridge of the nose just for fun. And then taking my Iikon Lashes in the style Bella, really, really pretty. I'm actually affiliated with them too. I'll probably have a code down there. And that is what it's looking like so far. I'm taking more of Beam and I'm going on the brow bone to sort of add some finishing touches I kind of decided last minute that I needed. And then also I'm going to be going on the inner corner as well. I really just love that shade Beam. And by the way, the shade Beam also works really great as a highlighter shade but I'm going to be going through it really quickly if I use it as a highlight every day. And what better to go with a holiday look than a holiday liquid lip? This is by Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Mary. And the lip liners is kind of a strange pink shade in comparison to the actual lipstick color, which I find a little bit interesting. I like her lip kits, but they are quite drying. But it was really the perfect shade for this look, so I had to do it. And here you'll just see me overlining my lips a little bit and then filling them in how I like them. You'll see my little trick here while I use the side of the wand to get the side of my lips. I just think it makes a little bit of a cleaner line there. So this is a little posy pose for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the complete look. My entire video. All my products are going to be linked below and all the brushes that I used. I really hope that you guys like this makeup tutorial for the holidays and that you guys try it out yourself. And if you guys do try out this makeup look, please tag me on Instagram at mandarinpage so I can see your looks recreating this holiday makeup. I hope you guys will rock this look this Christmas, maybe this New Year's, maybe on a date night out a year from now. I don't care. Tag me in it and let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, please comment below and subscribe to see more because this is just the beginning. See you guys later.